All right. Hello, Facebook. While you're coming in, so today I'm going to be talking about what you need to do to increase the perceived value of your product or service. All right. Right now, real quick, let me check my stuff, make sure everything's okay. And while I'm doing that, I'm just going to check the book, i.e. the Facebook, real quick. Alrighty, come on, Facebook. All right, so, okay, so we're live. Hey, hello, welcome everybody. Now, one thing I have to say is, because I'm going to be doing some writing on the board today for our Tactical Thursday, because I'm going to be doing some writing on the board, I had to turn the camera around. So I may not be able to see some of the responses immediately, but let me pause. Let me turn that volume off. All right, cool. Hello, there we go. Now I can see some people. Hi, how you doing? Hello, Nikisha. What's going on? So today we're going to be talking about naming your product. We're going to be talking about naming your product or service, because listen to me. Names matter. What you call something matters, right? It can increase the value perception of your training by what you call it. All right, so I'm excited. You know what? I was looking at a video I did yesterday when I was walking through kind of the location, and I said I'm super excited. I think I said it like 12 times, right? So I'm gonna have to extend my vocabulary, you know. So I am elated right now. You like that? Brother got an education. But anyway, so let me tell you why names matter, right? Because number one, you need to be able to break out in your marketplace. Okay. One way to break out in your marketplace. Hey, what's going on? I see hearts, which is good. I can't read comments because I'm live on TV right now. But outstanding. So if you like this, share this one, because this is going to be a good one. We're talking about how to name your product or service to help with the perceived value. Okay, so this is going to be good. But let me set it up for you. So why is it important to have a name and a specific name for your product or service? Because what you want to do is you want to separate yourself in the marketplace. Okay, you need to separate yourself in the marketplace so that when you're here, people come over and you can tell they're a part of what you're doing, right? It's kind of called creating a culture around your brand and your business. So one way to create culture is conversation, right? Is language. Language. Yep. Might be spelled wrong. I'll check it in the other video. Language. That's one way to identify the culture, right? Another way to identify what you're doing is, swag. So language is one way to identify culture, and that looks wrong to me. Langaunge. There you go. At night, I do spelling with my little daughter, and I think pretty soon she's going to be a better speller than me. But, it kind of is what it is. So, language is an identifier of culture. Clothing is an identifier of culture. So, if you're building a brand, you want people saying what you're saying, and you want people wearing like your stuff, right? You're building a culture. You're separating yourself in the market, right? The other one is kind of like foods. Foods build a culture, right? So, in my culture, in case you haven't noticed, right? I am of African descent, and there are certain foods in my culture that help define the culture. Soul food, is a group that they've called it that defines the culture, right? There are certain things you wear that define your culture. But I'm not going to get into building a culture today, right? I'm talking about naming your product, all right? So let's stay focused. So how do we name a product? Well, and why is it important to name a product? First of all, I got to tell you the why. It's important to name your product or service because it identifies it as yours, right? Sometimes it's really hard to let me say it like this. As a product developer or service provider, a key job, one of your key jobs is to make your product or service as concrete as possible. Okay? Your job is to make it as concrete, as physical as possible. Why? Because a person can assign a value to something that they perceive as concrete or definite, right? So, and it's easy, like if I go and I say, hey, this new car, I can assign a value to it, right? So if this new BMW and someone is selling it for $45, wait a minute, I've assigned a different value to it, so it'll adjust what I think of this product at this point, all right? With digital products or service, all right, I'm going to let me tell you a little secret. So when you deliver your digital product or service, they're getting megabytes. They're getting pixels, right? They're getting pixels, right? Right. So it's not like, hey, I just bought this course and it's a Kindle, right? It's a Kindle or an iPad. No, it's a digital product. So by naming it, we create a concreteness to it. Okay. If you're doing a service, if you have a service, yes, you have to put a name on it because it adds concreteness, a sense of definiteness to the service, right? If you have a methodology, hey, you're a coach, you're a speaker, you're a trainer. By putting a title around this methodology, it brings it from, hey, here's all this content that I'm sharing with you into a system, okay? So naming is important because once I define it and it's concrete, now there is more inherent value to it, right? I hope that makes sense. Now let's go ahead and jump into this. So there's a couple ways to do it. One way, if you're naming your product or service, go do the research, right? So go to the marketplace, go to Amazon. If you write books or if you're in a market, go check Amazon to see, and this is not really a part, but this is step one. You go to Amazon.com, look at the books to kind of get a feel or a sense for what people are naming stuff. That's kind of important, right? But after you've done that, let's jump into how we do it. So you take a piece of paper. And you draw a line down here and you draw a line here, okay? So this breaks up your thoughts and it'll be a little easier for you to digest and for you to get things done. So what are we writing, Lee? I now got my lines on my paper. Did you put your lines on the paper? Okay, put the lines on the paper. Now, here is where you're going to put your thing, right? Or description. Right? In this column, you're going to put the what, right? What it does. Okay? You with me so far? The thing or the description, what it does. And here is, you're going to put the technology, or, the format. All right? So you may be like, what? Trust me. If you're like, what should I name this product? This is going to help you do it. All right? So let's kind of go through some examples to kind of help walk us through this, right? So let's say I'm creating, so the website in 2 days, right? The actual product that we're delivering is the website in 2 days workshop, right? So what we did was we said, okay, what is the thing? The thing is websites, right? Websites. Okay? What it does, hey, we deliver it in 2 days. Right? And we're like, what format or technology are we using? You know what? This is going to be a workshop. Right? So when people come, they're actually, instead of saying, hey, come to the website in 2 days, and, you know, you can learn about how to grow your business, and you learn about how to, you know, what model needs to fit. That's too much. That's too much. I need to lump it together and create a system for it. So we said, hey, come to the website in 2 days workshop. Aha! Now it's tangible. What am I getting? I'm getting a workshop. That's the technology. That's the format. What is it going to do? It's going to give me a website in 2 days. All right? So that, now, the process of getting there was a little longer than what I just went through. So let's kind of throw out some things. So let's say you are, so what are some things? Things could be a digital, right? So let's say you're the digital, right? Now what it does, let's say you're in, let's say you're in branding, right? So, branding, right? Now, so your product is a digital branding, what's the technology? Digital branding system? Is it the digital branding system? Is it the digital branding process? You know, am I buying the digital branding process from you? Am I buying the digital branding formula? You see what I'm saying? So now you kind of work through the process. You have your 3 areas, and you say, you know what? Maybe not digital, maybe the online, right? So you're working through it. Okay, so maybe my product will be the online branding system. Okay, maybe my product will be the, you know what? Branding might be too broad. So maybe the online header, not header, I think that might be too narrow. The online presence, not presence, you know, so you're kind of brainstorming. Am I going to do presence? No. You know what? Instead of branding, maybe you're talking about the ebook. So you created a software. So it's the online ebook process, right? Here's how we create the ebook. Some popular examples are the product launch formula, right? What is it? You know, product launch. It's product launch, right? Actually, what does it do? It teaches you how to launch, right? And what format? He called it a formula. You see what I'm saying? It fits. It works. So all you have to do is like, hey, I'm creating an online product that I want to be able to package and sell. Now, instead of spending 5 weeks, instead of spending 8 days, instead of spending all this time, what should I call it? I don't know. What should I do? Just kind of pull it out of your head. Do this. Separate, make your column. Boom, boom, boom. Okay? And now, you have a description, what it does, and the format, and then you just kind of start working through it. Okay, maybe I'm going to do, maybe my product, you know, so you got the, let's take another example. So this is the virtual, let's see, what's another one? So this is the local, right? If you're in the local market, all right? So, hey, this is the local client, there we go to spelling again, client, attraction, that's what it does, it attracts clients. So, hey, I'm going to teach you. So today, go ahead, order my product. It's the client attraction formula, system, process, local client attraction pro. Right? That's the name of the product. The local client attraction pro. And what happens is, you give yourself a time limit. You say, depending on when you got to get this product out, you might say, hey, you know what? I'm gonna brainstorm and I'm gonna do this, and by tomorrow, so I'm gonna give myself 24 hours, right? Because what'll happen is you'll step away from it and you'll be watching TV and be like, you know what? I didn't think about, mechanism. So it's the client attraction mechanism, right? Or, or you're watching TV and it's like, you know what? It's not local, it's not local. It's the the nearby client attraction, whatever. You see what I'm saying? But what I've done is I've shortened your brainstorming process, because a lot of times without a process, you take forever to make a decision. You know what I'm saying? Get it on paper, give yourself a time limit, and say, boom. All right, let's go ahead and create the name for this product. Boom, boom, boom. All right, so let me give you a couple tips. One tip for this process is so give yourself a time limit. Tip number 1. Got that? All right. Tip number 2 is you want to, you probably don't want to go more than 2, you probably don't want to go more than 3 to 4 words, right? Or else it kind of gets too long, right? Now, Ryan Levesque, he did his thing, but his is 2 words. So that's kind of the exception, I think. He did the, what's the description? It was the ask and then formula, right? But those that have knocked him off have done like the client survey formula, right? They went 3. So my point is, 1, give yourself a time limit. You know what? Hey, if we got to bang this product out, hey, you know what? I don't have 24 hours or 3 days. It's like, you know what? I got 60 minutes, and I'm just going to figure this thing out, because I got to get it out in the marketplace and go make some money. Does that make sense? Right? So, those are the 3 things. Tip number 2 was, 3 or 4 words. Right? Tip number 3 is, excuse me, oh my goodness. All right, is this good? Is this helpful? Hold on a minute. A little product placement. You know what I'm saying? All right. So, have I gone into the culture? My goodness. So, the other tip is once you do it, I want you to repeat it. Repeat it. Okay? I want you to say it, right? So, because if I'm like, hey, it's the product Ebrew. Oh my goodness. This is the product ebook workshop. Product ebook workshop. Product, it doesn't really flow, right? Because in your sales letter, when you're recording, you don't want to be like, oh yeah, come to my product ebook, product Hebrew, mamma jamma, right? So repeat it a couple times, see if it flows, right? Sometimes if there's alliterations in it, sometimes if there's like a cadence to it, you know what I'm saying? Be like, you know what? What? 2-day workshop, 2-day workshop, 2-day workshop. Wait, that's not what it's called. Website 2-day workshop. The website 2-day workshop, right? Hey, make sure I edit that out. But anyway, so you want to repeat it. Make sure you can say it comfortably and are able to do it. And the last thing is, look at my last point. Oh yeah. So say it a couple times. Make sure it has a cadence. You know, try to keep it 3 or 4 words and repeat it. So there you go. If this is helpful for you, if you're like, man, Lee, now I don't have to spend all this time trying to learn how to create my product. I can just actually go ahead and get it done. You're welcome. You know, this is Lee Fuller, aka the Funnel Helper. And if you are trying to get a digital product online and you need some assistance, www.funnelhelpers.com. Set up the strategy session. We'll go through it. But has this been helpful? I hope so. If you like it, go ahead and share it. Share it with your buddies. Share it with your friends, and let them know that, hey, now I know how to name my product, because naming stuff is important. It gives you a methodology. It sets you apart, and now by putting a frame around it, it makes it more concrete, and therefore increases the value of it. My name is Lee Fuller, aka the Funnel Helper. Yep, that's all I got. All right, talk to you soon. Go ahead, name a product in the comments. If you do have a name of a product, go ahead and put it down. You know what I'm saying? Let people know, you know what? My product is launching the Flippity Jibbity, Flippity Jibbity, Ty Brown says Flippity Jibbity, the ABC product, right? Matter of fact, I have a product coming up, right? A digital product where we're actually going to be going through how to, the steps for creating this funnel and launching your digital product. So make sure you're following me. Make sure you're following your boy, and we'll talk to you soon. Pew, pew, pew. I always wanted to do that. Okay, talk to you soon. Bye.